Was Vidsummit worth it? I'll give you my take on it coming up. Hello Healthinistas, and welcome to my channel, 50 something. If you're a woman over 50, then this channel is for you. On this channel, I give you fitness, health, and some lifestyle. So if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, but don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any time I upload. And come back each week for a new video. Vidsummit is the largest video marketing conference, and it is founded by Daryl Eves. And so this year, I was determined to go because I want to grow my YouTube channel and I want to grow my business. If you have business on social media at all, I was told that this was the conference to go to. So I decided I was gonna go, but the price was $797. And that's a lot when you think that I live in the Midwest. I have to fly, it was in LA. And so you have to take into account your plane ticket. And then also for 3 nights at the hotel, that is another cost. So it was quite a bit of cost associated with it. And then the ticket to Vidsummit itself was $797. And so yes, it was a lot. But I was determined because I had been told by Ian Corzine, that you want to come because it really helped me when I went in 2018. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to get there. So Daryl was having a contest, and I convinced my daughter to do a bit with me, and we did a little skit for the contest, and we entered, and I was all excited because if I won, then we could get 2 tickets. Of course, my daughter couldn't go because that was her wedding, so I had her wedding coming up, and she would have been on our honeymoon. But I was so excited because if we won, I could go, and it would be great. So we sent that in, and you know, if you want to watch that whole thing, I'll put a link up here. But sent it in, and we're watching for it, and didn't win, and I was so crushed. But then I decided, okay, because I made up my mind I was going, and that was a lot. So I decided I would reach out to Daryl, and I reached out to him and asked him, I didn't ask for a free ticket, I just asked if I could pay a certain amount, like maybe $300, and then go ahead and pay the rest within a month, because the way my budget was working, I had a wedding coming up, I had been defrauded on a house, and that's a long story. You'll have to check that video out. But anyway, so I had reached out to Daryl, and Daryl says to me, we need help in registration. So if you help us with registration, you can get a free ticket. I was like, great. Well, the reason why, when I knew I wanted to go, I already had said to myself, I'm going regardless, right? So Southwest was doing a special, and so I went ahead and I bought my ticket to LA, from Missouri, which was a great price. I got it for like 200 and something. So it's great to look for those prices ahead of time. And then the hotel was $179 a night, but I was by myself. So fast forward, I said yes to volunteering. And in the volunteer group, I was able to reach out to people and say, hey, I have a hotel room, so if you don't have one, you can come bunk with me and we can share the cost. And that helped considerably. So instead of my hotel room being over $600, it ended up being less than $250 because I had roommates. And it could go even lower if you decide, because they're 2 queen beds, and so it could go lower if you decide to do more than 2 roommates. And I had 2 roommates, and one of them actually couldn't stay with us the first night, but that's why, otherwise our total would have been even less, and I was happy with that price. So we went, and the first night, now because I was a volunteer and I was working registration, I got to see everybody that came through, or a lot of people while I was working. And that first night, Tuesday, is registration. So they had it from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And the very first night, there's a social. So you can go in, you can network with other people, you can get to meet some of the speakers. Not all of them are going to be there, but whomever's there, you get to meet some of them. And then Wednesday is a whole day of speakers, and lunch is provided. And this year it was a Subway, so there was a Subway around the corner. The event was held at the Sheridan Gateway in LA, which is perfect because it's right at LAX. So, and they have a shuttle, so they, the shuttle takes you from the airport straight to the hotel. And like I said, lunch was provided both days, Wednesday and Thursday. And then you have the little get together, networking Tuesday night. And then Thursday, whole day, same thing, is your speakers. And then on Thursday night is the end of the conference. There's also a social. And let me tell you, these socials are hors d'oeuvres, right? So don't plan on really getting like really full, because they're just hors d'oeuvres and finger foods. But also, the other thing I will tell you is write down which speakers you want to go see ahead of time, and where they're located and what time you want to go see them. Because if you don't, you'll end up wasting time. How I felt was in each speaker that I wanted to go see, I saw a majority of them. Like I said, I worked registration, but I was able to still see a majority of the people I wanted to go see. And I took notes, and if the slides are going too fast, you can actually take pictures of the slides. And these speakers, like I said, they're top one. If I haven't said it already, these speakers are the top 1% of YouTubers, right? And they come in and they give you some strategies. Now, some of the speakers mention things that they've already said in their videos online. But others also infuse other things that you haven't heard. And my only disappointment was that the talks were too short. It just seemed like it was over because I was so engaged. Even though it was like 50 minutes long, it just seemed like it was gone in no time. And that's how engaging it was. And I took so many notes, and I'm going to, go through it. And actually I started implementing some things as well. So you want to make sure you write down who you want to see, the times, and where they're located, and find that ahead of time, because everything is right there on one floor, on the same floor. And so I got to meet some really amazing people, and things like, okay, so I've been watching vidIQ online, or listening pretty much, because when they come on, I'm at work, so I listen. And I would always be submitting my channel for review, and it never gets picked. You have over 200 people there, and that have submitted it online, and my channel never gets picked, and I get disappointed each time. It's like, man, I wanted Rob and Travis to go ahead and give me a channel review, so I can at least get an idea of what I need to be doing on my channel, just the front page, right? So if you don't know, vidIQ does lives Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. So you really need to check them out. The times vary. So if you're not subscribed to them, subscribe to them, and then you'll know. And so they do these online channel reviews. And even if they don't do yours, you do glean some information from other people's channel that they do. So, but that day, on Wednesday, I was able to sign up for a channel review in person at the vidIQ booth, right? And so I signed up on Wednesday at 11:30, and I got Travis. Travis is an amazing guy. Actually, this is what Travis did. Travis, when I introduced myself to him at registration, I was talking to him, and he said, oh, we were talking, and he said, who are you going to see? And I said, one of the people I want to see is Roberta Blake. And he was like, do you want to meet him? And he grabs me, and I wasn't really ready. He grabs me and takes me to where Roberta is holding a mini talk, basically. He's just talking to some of the attendees, right? Just socializing and talking. So I plopped down, and I'm really supposed to be at registration, but I listened for a little bit and then I excused myself because I really wasn't ready to be seated. But those are the type of things. And then Brian G. Johnson comes in, and Brian G. Johnson was an amazing guy. He's an amazing guy in person. I was telling him I appreciate his content, and he took these really awesome pictures with me. He talked to me for a little bit. Great. And then Benji, oh my gosh, Benji was awesome to talk to. I saw Benji after the Thursday session when they were setting up and people had kind of moved away, and had a great conversation with Benji, got some tips, talked about kidney donation, and he's an amazing guy in person. And so it's just people like that I wouldn't normally meet, right? You can meet and actually talk to. They're regular people. I talked a little bit with Nick Nimmins. I talked very little, but I was able to meet Daryl Eves. And like I said, I wasn't really prepared because right before I went, my dad had gotten hurt right after my daughter's wedding. So I had a lot of major things happening that I didn't get my act together to get like a camera. I had my phone, but didn't have where I could snap my mic in. So be prepared if you want to ask questions and you want to film, because people were filming left and right, and that's awesome. But more importantly for this event, is the networking. I met some amazing people, not just the top YouTubers, but people that work, that are also other creators that you can network with, that you wouldn't have a chance to meet anywhere else. And I met people like Oliver Hughes, and Lennon Bone, and of course my roommates going again. Now, whether I volunteer or not, I will be there. I had so much fun working with Daryl's team, being for volunteering, and then I met this amazing. So at registration, the head hostess registration's name was Nikki, and Nikki has her whole family volunteering, her husband and 2 kids, and they have their channels, Loose Seeds, and so go check them out. I'll put the tags there here. I'll put the tags below so you can go check them out as well. So it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to meet people. It's awesome to be able to talk to people. Be prepared though. Be prepared. If you want to film, be prepared. Be prepared with what questions you want to ask ahead of time. And even though I would say I wasn't totally prepared because of all the things that were happening in my life before, it was totally worth it. I took copious amounts of notes in each session that I attended. And then on top of that, I got the replay. So the people that I couldn't watch, and that's because I volunteered, I would definitely go back and watch them. And I can't forget Lyons. I'm in a group with Ron Lyons, and Ron was doing security and I was doing registration, so I got to meet him as well. So it's awesome. It's an awesome networking opportunity. So was it worth it? Absolutely yes. And would I go again? Absolutely yes. Leave me any questions that you have in the comment, or your take on Vidsummit if you were there. And until next time.